Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, you're yawning.
I am. It's the weekend, and I'm not supposed to be working.
We have a special guest because we got some special stuff going on this weekend. This weekend on Saturday is Home Brewers Day, and we're going to be visiting a little bit about that and a little bit about Cinco de Mayo with Mark Singleton. Now, Mark is actually with a company called Southern Recipe Small Batch, and they do pork rinds, and we're going to chat with him a little bit about home brewing and how those two things kind of go hand in hand. Got a couple of quotes here as well. Zig Ziglar, I love Zig Ziglar. He says, "If you can dream it, then you can achieve it. You will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want." I love that quote. I've said that for years.
You've had that printed out and hanging up for years.
Also, our Sunday quote is, "Someday is not a day of the week." Janet Daly said that. By the way, Zig Ziglar passed away a couple of years ago. That was really sad, but, it's going to happen to all of us sometime. He lived a long life and inspired millions. So coming up, we've got a lot of great things to get to. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, May the 5th, is National Silence the Shame Day, National Astronauts Day, National Cartoonist Day, Cinco de Mayo, National Hoagie Day, National Totally Chipotle Day, National Home Brew Day. We've got a guest later in the program going to chat about that. Join Hands Day, National Bombshells Day, National Scrapbook Day, National Start Seeing Monarchs Day, National Train Day, which was actually discontinued a few years ago by Amtrak. They said, no, we're not going to celebrate anymore. So in 2016, they quit celebrating National Train Day. Kentucky Derby Saturday, and Free Comic Book Day. Sunday, the 6th of May, National Beverages Day, Crepe Suzette Day, National Crepe Suzette Day, whatever that is, National Nurses Day, National Infertility Survival Day, which is always one Sunday before Mother's Day, National Lemonade Day, and Loyalty Day. All of that happening
Holy
on
cow,
the 6th
there's a
today.
lot going
It's
on
a busy
this
weekend, so get out your celebrating shoes and celebrate. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, 2 or 3 beers may be a better painkiller than the stuff you get from the drugstore, according to a British study. Researchers at Greenwich University say they discovered strong evidence that alcohol is an effective painkiller. Well, Heidi knew that all along. They also concluded that the more beer people drank, the less pain they felt. The study compared 18 different controlled experiments and involved 404 people. They found that a blood alcohol content of 0.08, about 3 or 4 regular drinks, can reduce pain by up to 25%. It also increases pain tolerance a little as well. So they're saying
I would agree with that completely, and I don't think they really needed a study to come up with that.
If you have a headache, instead of taking a couple of aspirin, you're supposed to get drunk? Well, I don't know. I think that could also cause a lot of problems, too, so you might want to be careful. We've got your brain on drugs coming up.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs. A man on an apparent beer run led Santa Rosa, California police on a chase last Thursday after allegedly stealing a delivery truck filled with beer. While a delivery driver was inside a store dropping off an order of beer, a customer informed him that a man wearing an American flag shorts just jumped into the beer truck and drove away. 46-year-old Matt Lane Hersmeyer stole the truck. He didn't know there was a GPS tracking system on board, of course. The truck was located within just minutes. The truck was eventually abandoned. Multiple citizens reported seeing the suspect running from the scene, quote, wearing nothing but red and white and blue shorts. He was caught hiding in the bushes within an hour of the incident. So, got a little bit of trouble for stealing a beer truck. It's not a good plan. You don't want to do that. You don't want to steal anything, but you definitely don't want to steal a giant beer truck. They're going to notice that's gone.
It's a little easy to spot.
You're going to notice that right away. And you're not going to blend in, really. Not even a little bit. Coming up, we've got big screen, little screen. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. There's a new series. It is called, what is it called? Did I delete the important part? Cobra Kai. There we go. I think I did. Cobra Kai. Anyway, the new series is a sequel to the original Karate Kid franchise, but it's set 30 years after the All Valley Karate Tournament in 1984. Johnny Lawrence, the villain of the original Karate Kid, reopens the Cobra Kai dojo, which causes his rival with Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio, to be reignited. All 10 episodes are available now. First 2 episodes are available for free with YouTube Red, whatever that is. Anyway, that Cobra Kai is the name, and I didn't mean to delete the name, so I apologize for that. We're going to get one other thing on here, too, because he's in the news for so much this week. The Television Academy has removed Bill Cosby's name from their website. He's no longer part of the Hall of Fame online, but a Television Academy spokesperson says, yes, he is still part of the Hall of Fame. They just took his name off the website. Then why'd you take his name? I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to change anything.
No.
It's not like he's not still there. Like you
lawyer,
can't pretend like his career didn't happen just because he made some personal
terrible
poor
decisions.
choices.
Yeah. Bill's lawyer, by the way, Bill Cosby's lawyer, says he is mentally preparing himself for prison. So there you go. This is going to be your big screen, little screen report for today, courtesy of ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day, it comes your way courtesy of 49bydesign.com. The U.S. government is seeking 1 million volunteers to step up for a massive study about DNA and health habits. And if you don't step up, then they'll just get the info from Facebook. I'm just kidding. I don't think Facebook has that info on us, do I?
Yeah, people share it
our
freely.
DNA? But I'm saying I don't think they have our DNA.
No, not our DNA, but definitely our health habits.
Yeah, that's for sure. Taking a picture of a giant cheeseburger, then the next day saying, don't know why I can't lose weight. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't
And
wait.
they can see if you're on the computer 14, 15 hours a day.
Yeah. Certainly know the health habits you guys have. Apple, the company, their earnings came in much higher than expected, increasing by 21% in the last year. So Apple products are selling like crazy. A number of congressmen, more and more, are saying that they sleep in their offices in Washington, D.C. because they don't make enough to afford an apartment in Washington, D.C.
Ever.
Well, they've got plenty of room in those buildings, so you want to put a little fold out?
Yeah, fine. Sleep in your office. Who cares? Wah. I do not feel sorry for you.
They don't make enough? They make a lot, don't they?
They make a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to complain about it because we don't talk politics on this program. A study by the World Health Organization found that 9 out of 10 people are breathing in polluted air. Where's the other guy? Let's just go stand where he is. 9 out of 10 of us are breathing in polluted air? I'm going to hang out with this dude. A CNN survey found that over 100 Uber drivers have been accused of sex crimes in the last year alone. We just had a story of a lady who almost had to break a window to get out of a car.
Yeah.
And a guy was telling her, her driver told her, I'm going to take you to a hotel. Bad idea. Take me to the airport where I need to go.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really good Uber drivers out there, too. So don't let this spoil your entire feeling about that whole service. I just think that company needs to make sure that they scrutinize their drivers a little more and be careful out there. 2 Pelicans flew to a graduation ceremony at Pepperdine University and landed on several students. So they just showed up at the graduation. And I've got a link to all of these stories that we're talking about here in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. So if you want to read all the details, but I'm trying to get through as many stories as I can today, Heidi, because we have just not been able. Some of this stuff is a week old. Yale also rescinded their honorary degree they gave to Bill Cosby. So we talked about that, losing his Television Academy Award as well, and now they're saying, hey, you're no longer an honorary degree.
Who cares? What?
Thank you, Yale.
Yeah, I don't think he really cares. That's probably the least of his concerns.
It's like, how am I going to get a job now? In the commissary or whatever. What is it, commissary? Isn't that a thing in prison? Maybe that's not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I've never been to prison.
Of all those times you've been to prison, do you remember that? No. I think I remember this one from a TV show or something. The CEO of WhatsApp is planning to leave his position over privacy concerns from their parent company, Facebook. That's not good.
No.
So he's the CEO of WhatsApp, which is now owned by Facebook. Fun side note, by the way. The guy that invented WhatsApp applied to work at Facebook. They wouldn't hire him. And then he went and started his own company, and then they came and offered him bazillions of dollars to buy his company, which is kind of a cool story. Anyway, the CEO of WhatsApp is now planning to leave over privacy concerns from their parent company, Facebook. So you thought you had problems. And a survey commissioned by Pilot Flying J, that's a group of truck stops and gas stations, they found that choosing where to stop on a road trip creates stress for parents. Do you agree?
Okay, no.
Is that a big problem when we're traveling? It's like, where are we going to stop? We need gas. Do we stop here?
No,
or do we stop
that is not
here?
an issue.
That's not a top concern?
No, they're pretty much all the same.
No, there are some that, trust me, I've been to good places and I've been to bad places, so I will not say they're all the same. You've probably never been in a men's room, so yeah, there's definitely a difference.
I'm not talking about the restrooms. I'm saying as far as like if you're stopping just to really quick grab a snack and fill up with gas, they're pretty much all the same.
Trust me, they're not all the same. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It creates stress for you.
I'm stressed out just thinking about it. I don't want to travel with you anymore, really. She's my wife. We travel all the time together. And she's never seen what I've seen, apparently. We do have your, what do we have coming up? Oh, we got a great guest. We're going to be chatting with a gentleman about Home Brewers Day. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Cinco de Mayo weekend. Now, believe it or not, we're not going to be talking about Cinco de Mayo during our interview, but we are going to talk about beer because it's also Home Brewers Day on the 5th of May. So it's kind of like Home Brewers Weekend as well. And something that goes really well with beer is pork rinds. And on the line, we have Mark Singleton. He's with Southern Recipe Small Batch. This goes really well with beer, doesn't it?
Absolutely, John. You know, what goes better with a cold beer than a nice pork rind? And we're just happy to be here today talking to you about some really crazy stuff about home brew. You know, as we've gotten behind this event, I found out a lot of stuff that I had no idea about.
Mark, recently home brewing has become more popular than ever before. Why do we think that is? Why is it that brewing beer at home is more common now than it ever has been in the past?
Well, you know, I think it's a great way for people to, number one, have a hobby and have a hobby that tastes great. You know, if you look at the history of beer, you find out that bread might have not been the cradle of civilization that beer may have. We find records of making beer like 8,000 years ago, and really when you think about it, back then it was water that didn't kill you. So, it was a pretty important part of everybody's daily diet. And, with prohibition in this country, and this is kind of the reason the home brewing came back, it was actually illegal for decades to make beer in your home. So it really died out. And then, boy, in the 80s, it just really started, we saw a real resurgence in popularity.
One of the unique things about doing the home brew is you're not limited to just one or two flavors. You can come up with almost anything your little crazy mind can dream up. People kind of become mad scientists, don't they?
Absolutely. And, everybody has access to the Food Channel and watches all the great things from around the world. And once again, if you look at it, every culture has a beer of some. There's even like cashew beer. And our beers mainly are based on grains. And it does allow everybody to just go crazy with fruits, with coffee, with peppers. I've seen hot beers and blueberry beers, and that whole thing has really, when we watched that in the 80s and 90s, it gave those of us in the snack food business, we said, well, golly, we can do almost anything now, because the combinations are limitless. I mean, you go to the craft beer department of any grocery store, and you see dozens and dozens of unique beers, IBAs, pale ales, pilsners, lagers, porters, stouts. Within those, things that taste like coffee, chocolate, orange, lime, sriracha. It just really is an exciting time to be in the beer business and the food business as well.
Well, just like they can be creative coming up with different kinds of beer at Southern Recipe Small Batch, you guys have become very creative when it comes to pork rinds. You've got a lot of varieties in flavors, don't you?
Yeah, we several years ago, we really started looking at what was happening in everything, and we said, what can we do to really get this consumer, this craft beer consumer, excited about pork rinds? Because we knew there were a lot of undercover pork rind lovers out there. I mean, there's people that have known our story's pretty good, that it's just protein, it's zero carbs, they're gluten-free. And so we said, well, what else could we do? Well, with our new small batch pork rinds, we lowered the salt by 40% without giving up any of the taste. And then we came back with some flavors that, once again, you've never seen on pork rinds, like Korean kimchi barbecue, pineapple ancho chili. And in our baked line, we've even got blackberry habanero, and our new crackling is honey chipotle. So just combinations of flavors, sweet heat, different ideas from around the world that really our consumers have reacted fantastically towards.
Again, our guest is Mark Singleton with Southern Recipe Small Batch. Where can we find you guys? Are you in stores, online? Where do we go?
Golly, we're in just grocery stores across America, from Hy-Vee to Kroger to Safeway affiliates, just all across America. We're also going to be available on Amazon this month, and they can go to our website, smallbatchporkrinds.com, and order them there as well. So we try and make it as easy as possible for people to try a bag.
Mark, I'll throw a link on our show notes page right to your store locator. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Well, thank you for letting us talk to you. Cinco de Mayo is going to be a great holiday here in the state of Texas, and to combine that with Homebrew Day is just going to be a lot of fun.
I think we're basically always just looking for another reason to drink beer, really.
Well, I don't know you know this, but we'll be talking to you later on in the year about my favorite holiday, Pork Rind Appreciation Day.
See, like I said, another good reason to drink beer, right?
Absolutely.
Mark Singleton, Southern Recipe Small Batch. I'm going to throw a link on our show notes to make it easy to find them. They've got a store locator on their website. Again, we'll have that in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
It's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A shark is the only fish that can blink with both eyes. So sharks,
really?
Apparently other fish blink one eye at a time or something.
Oh.
Like they're always winking at you.
Huh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Emus, which is a fun word to say. Say emus.
Emus.
Yeah. I like the way you say it better. Emus and kangaroos cannot walk backwards and are on the Australian coat of arms for that very reason. Because they cannot walk backwards.
Okay.
That's why they put them on the coat of arms.
I guess.
And one last fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A jellyfish. You know, have you ever seen a jellyfish?
Yes,
you know what they are, at least?
I love jellyfish.
They're only
beautiful.
5% jellyfish and 95% water. So most of a jellyfish is not a jellyfish.
They're so pretty.
It is just water. And then the rest, the 5%, is the jellyfish. This has been a couple of fun facts, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
It's time right now for the grandiloquent word of the day, and it is superannuated. Superannuated. What do you think superannuated means?
I have no idea.
Superannuated. It's kind of, the more times I say it, the funnier it sounds to me. Superannuated. SUPERANNUATED. It is an adjective. Discharged, especially with a pension, owing to age or illness. So if you're too old to serve usefully, you get superannuated. Obsolete through age or new technology or intellectual development, superannuated. Incapacitated or disqualified for active duty by advanced age, superannuated. Older than the typical member of a specified group, you get superannuated.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. Have you ever been superannuated?
I don't believe so.
Well, we've got a meeting after the show today, Heidi. It's going to say, I got to find a pink slip somewhere. I'm just kidding. The John and Heidi show would be nothing without Heidi.
You're right.
Who would tune into the John show? I mean, I wouldn't
Actually,
even
you'd be
listen.
fine, I think.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you don't say much, but when you say something, you say quite a bit. We've got some weird news coming your way. This has been your weird word of the day.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, some weird news this weekend. The Howe Caverns is a cave in the middle of New York State. It is a popular tourist attraction, providing cave-goers with a sense of caving or spelunking without needing the advanced equipment and training usually associated with such adventures.
Spelunking?
Well, spelunking, yeah. But on July 14th, visitors won't even need clothing. Howe Caverns will be hosting a thing called Naked in a Cave. That is happening on July 14th in honor of International Nude Day.
Where is this?
It's in the middle of New York State. Adults can take the tour. They can tour the cave by lantern in the buff. The tour starts at 7:30 p.m. The tickets cost $65 each. This is not an advertisement, by the way. I'm just reading the story here, but it's starting to sound like one, isn't it?
I wouldn't have an interest in that, I don't think. That would be... I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, let me finish the story, and then Heidi doesn't say, I want to go. For that $65, you'll also get a souvenir robe that you could wear during the tour if you'd like or not.
Well.
And an adult beverage.
Oh, well. Okay, I'll go.
I knew you'd be in after that. No, we're not going. It is July the 14th, so...
If you can wear a robe,
yeah,
it wouldn't be so bad.
But you got to understand, not everybody's going to be wearing a robe, and you're going to see a lot of stalactites or stalagmites. Just not really what I'm into, but... Thanks anyway, Howe Caverns. This has been Weird News, courtesy of 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com. Police said that a fast food fury... Let me try that again. A furious fast foodie. There we go. I don't know. I got Fast and the Furious stuck in my head, so it was in the wrong order. But a furious fast foodie flipped out in Staten Island at a Popeyes when she tried to order something they don't even have. She wanted something from the 4 for $4 menu that doesn't exist at Popeyes. That's at Wendy's. So she was wrong, but she was mad at them She kept ordering it anyway, sat down to eat, and then had words with the employees on the way out. Security footage shows her sticking out her tongue and waving her middle fingers in the air. Then, this is the bad part, she swung a long poster board at the front door. Finale, she picked up a chair and bashed in one of their plate glass windows.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the moment of duh right there. All of that was not good, but when you break a window on the way out, police are looking for you, by the way. They describe her as being between the ages of 18 and 25, wearing multicolored do-rag, a pink bandana, a pink hoodie, a black jacket, and blue jeans, and acting like a child.
Wow.
So, bad idea. Really bad. I've got a link to the story if you want to know all about it. It's in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Now, fake news or Florida. I'm going to read this to you, Heidi. You tell me if you think this is something that really happened in the great state of Florida or if it's fake news.
All right.
All right. A woman steals a police car and claimed that Jesus told her to do it. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Sorry, this one is fake news.
Ah.
Yeah. So there you go. Fake news. I don't think that that's not something that would surprise me. I could see that happen for sure.
Yeah, I could too.
Well, I have a list. I've got quite the list because I have people submitting their own fake news or Florida. Now, if you want to submit some fake news, those are actually harder for me to come up with because I have a lot of people submitting Florida stories. But if you want to make something up, just be creative. And if you submit me a fake news, I'll even give you credit for it. So I'll say, no, it's fake news, and this was from,
there you
whoever.
go.
So if you want credit. If you don't want credit, I understand that as well. There are times I don't want credit for certain things. Like, hey, I'm going to tell people you came up with that. No, please don't. Please. Leave my name. You can mention Heidi if you want, but leave my name out of this. This has been another episode of Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with some good news. I think this is good news. Our good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva. It is a monthly subscription service just for the ladies, and you can find all of the details at radiosavings.com. This is kind of an interesting story. There are times that companies will go on strike.
Yeah.
And when they go on strike, what happens usually?
The
quit.
business suffers. They can't operate.
Yeah. Well, this is a Japanese bus driver. The drivers, not one, many of them, go on strike by continuing to run. They're driving, but refusing to take anybody's money.
Oh.
So they're saying, I don't want the passengers to not be able to get where they're going, but we're not going to accept any money from them. I'll keep driving. I'll keep burning up your gas. But I think this is just an interesting concept.
That's great.
Bus drivers are usually, community-based strike tactic would be for them to say, we're not doing anything,
Right.
and then the whole town comes out. Well, this is actually working in their favor because the whole town is supporting them.
Because now it's costing the company a fortune, and the people are like,
the people are not mad at the
driver.
drivers. They're cheering them on like you wouldn't believe.
I bet. That's awesome.
Drivers working for the Ryobi Group in Japan declared a labor strike after a rival bus company opened an overlapping bus route at cheaper fares. And they were asking their company, hey, let's just try to match those prices. And they were asking for, different things. Anyway, they wouldn't do it. So they said, well, we'll just keep driving. We just won't get any money. So we'll see how long you want to go for that.
Wow.
Ideally, the free fare tactic will prevent management from claiming that the workers are putting their own needs first. Additionally, online outlets are talking about the free bus rides, and they're helping preserve the company's relationship with passengers in the face of the rival company doing the cheaper rides. Time will tell whether this is a really, really good news or if it maybe backfires, but I thought it was quite fascinating.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic.
Yeah, I've never seen such a thing. So, if they, and instead of going on strike and putting your customers in a pinch, if they're saying we're going to keep doing it, we're just going to quit charging people.
Yeah, I like it.
That is a whole different idea right there. So I've got a link to that in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.